All right, we're back. Episode 30, 36, 37. I don't remember, but the world is destabilizing. This is episode 30, 37. Yeah, 37. So we're actually going to begin. I don't know why I assumed they were not beginning. They were going to begin over here in Prussia. Prussia. Oh, Central European Confederation. Where the absolute humiliating loss of losing a territory within the Confederation. Because remember, this thing kind of works like the Holy Roman Empire. These guys, the Bavarians, are the first and only to lose a thing inside. And that's the French that are also the only country to gain a thing inside. Other countries like Prussia, this thing, have expanded. I think this is the Budapest. Yeah, Budapest. It's just Budapest. Their capital is where I think Budapest is. I think. So they own things outside. These guys have lost something inside of the Confederation's borders. Oh, also, this stuff is not actually part of the Confederation. The Confederation ends in mainland Europe. Neither are these islands technically, because it does just end in mainland Europe. Anyway, let's begin now. So we're actually going to begin over here, where the Russians are facing an Estonian rebellion again. Except this time, the Estonians just want to join those guys, and so this eventually leads to a compromise by the Estonians and the Prussians, who basically just end up saying, "All right, Russia, listen up." Not Russia, Kiev and Rus, listen up. You're gonna actually end up giving us a bunch of territories that we have absolutely no right to claim. However, because no one really likes you, that is strong enough to support us, we're going to probably succeed in this. And these are the territories they claim. That looks absolutely horrid. I'm going to fix that immediately. I am sorry your eyes had to witness that. That looked horrid. They're gonna claim something along the lines of this. That still looks pretty horrid. However, it's a little bit better. I don't think that looks good enough. Let me. Okay, this is what they claim. It's kind of a little bit of Estonians live in that region, I guess. That's basically the main purpose. Eventually, though, the Russians do get them to back down a little bit as they give up this stuff, making it look a lot better on map. Then the Russians do the same thing again, just so I'm not disgusted by how it looks, and it's gonna look like that now. Yes, yes. Let me tidy this up. Yeah, so it's gonna look like that. That's a pretty big claim, especially when you realize they have literally no basis to enforce this claim, since the Russians and Prussians already, Kiev and Rus and Prussia already have horrible relations with each other, and that means military, a lot of it, is stationed at this border. So Prussia does probably the most stupidest thing they could do right now. They declare war, and Prussian troops are going to get absolutely broken up and destroyed. Prussia's going to move all the way over there. In the north, it does pretty well, but they're immediately pushed back as Russians now begin entering into Prussian territory. Every time I say Russia, I mean Kiev and Rus. This has no link to Russia in real life. I just looks a little bit like the Soviet Union, so I keep saying Russia. Anyway, they push all the way over here, and eventually they cut off like this as well. These guys are eventually starved to death. They're gone. Boats are not strong enough to get there. The Prussian boats. But after doing all of this, we have the Russians. Technically, oh god, we have the Russians just kind of capturing all of this region. They do pull out over there. I hope you guys can also see the difference between this. I don't know if the screen recorder is going to mess up the colors, but they do withdraw. They withdraw really quickly from there, and then do a full push and capture the capital of the Prussians, as well a few more major cities around the capital area. The capturing of this and the very good stuff, very iconic buildings, holy buildings, cultural buildings, stuff over here getting absolutely besieged, leads to Prussia signing a forced peace treaty. Now, the Prussians don't really agree to this, but they kind of agree to it a little bit. The main government agrees, however, the people don't. And that is going to lead to a little bit of very bad stuff. You could probably tell what that bad stuff is. It's a civil war. Yes, that's already. This thing has existed for not even that long. It's already going to a civil war. It's following in the red team's footsteps, chat. It's following in the red team's footsteps. Okay, yeah. So this is gonna happen. They're gonna take out a large chunk of stuff, and all of this stuff, and now the protests are going to lead to the revolutionaries doing pretty well. Pretty well. They're gonna push all the way. They're gonna actually scare everything except for the capital. And after securing all of this, I'm sick of this, bro. I'm sick of this. Why does that bucket never do what I want it to do? After capturing all of this, central government absolutely collapses, and we have it getting overthrown by the revolutionaries, who launched a claim over this land, all of it. So according to them, the border looks like this. Of course, the border doesn't actually look like that because the Kievan Rus is much stronger than they expected. Back over here, actually, the Kievan Rus are going to propose to the UN. Remember, that's the thing now. Not our world's UN, but the UN. They're going to propose we push the Holy Roman Empire looking thing a little bit back, like this, giving these regions to the Kievan Rus due to the large amount of Kievan Rus living there. It's not going to go too well. No one really likes the Kievan Rus for doing this. No one likes the Kievan Rus, period. And it would also mean that these guys lose this stuff. Because the only reason to have this is because of this border being more defendable. So if they lost that, it wouldn't really go well with them. Yeah, they would have to lose that. Because it wouldn't just be like, oh, this is gone. Now this is just unconnected. So it would either be something like this, probably it would be like that. Most likely, yeah. But we're for the purposes of this are going to say, just so it looks a little bit nicer, say that they're also going to lose some region, as the Kievan Rus are also going to claim that the motion is declined. However, the Kievan Rus don't care. Why would they? Look how big they are. They don't care. They have 90% of the world's resources at this point, and they're going to invade. Now, this invasion is not going to go well for them. For the Budapest thing, Budapest civilization. However, it's going to go pretty well for the Kievan Rus. We're actually going to push the Budapest civilization all the way to their territories in here. This is going to lead to the surrender of these guys, and the Prussians are looking scared. However, who comes to help you when you are in extreme danger? The red team. Yes, that's right, the red team. They're going to quickly push into multiple extremely important territories, like this, capturing a lot of stuff. They're going to capture this. They're going to capture this. This. They're going to capture all of that. And this is not going to go very well, especially because these guys would really like, yeah, these guys would like these territories back soon. But yeah, after pushing here, the Russian winter, the Ukrainian winter, I guess, because this is still in Ukraine and some parts of Russia, but the winter is began, and the red team is looking pretty scared. Also, I'm pretty sure these guys are the red team's puppets, so they're also gonna push out. Not as much as the red team, because they're not as strong as the red team, but still, gonna push all the way over here. The push is going to be very bad, and the Prussians, blinded by nationalism, Persians, not Prussian, Prussia, yeah, Prussia. It's going to declare war again, and quickly, Kievan Rus troops are going to secure all of Polish territories, with Poland now under the complete control of the Kievan Rus. I think this is what Poland. Yeah, Poland's like something like here, something like that. So yeah, this is Polish. Most of them. They're actually also going to push right here and capture a little bit more stuff. Technically, they want to push back this. So after saying to push back this, they kind of get into a war with literally every country in the European Confederation. Here's the problem with that. They don't want to do that. And so they offer a treaty. Give us these territories, we'll leave you alone, we won't destroy your capital again, Prussia. And Prussia's like, okay, fine. The red team's like, I'm not fighting your war for you. So they also leave. So taking a look at this treaty, it's going to be pretty safe to say this is how it's going to look like. So Russia, Kievan Rus, that territories. Yup, okay, looks about right so far. However, actually, due to that war and the war effort, they're going to gain one more thing. They're going to gain a little bit of more stuff because they're going to be like, hey, bro, we are not fighting all that just to gain that little stuff. So they're going to actually gain that too. Undo that. Yep, okay. They're also going to gain this, and then that we can erase. Yeah, okay. So they're going to gain this stuff. Now, what to do with this? The Kievan Rus, after much negotiations, say, all right, this is what we're going to do. They firstly push back even more against the Prussians, even more. They don't really like the Prussians, if you couldn't tell. They're gonna say we're gonna grab up this, but we're also gonna grab up this. So it's gonna look a little bit more, yeah, something like that. And then they're also gonna push back the European Confederation over here to make it look like this. There's also now just a proposal, like a kind of conspiracy, small little groups of people who are just now straight up saying that we just demolish it completely. This is in the Kievan Rus. They're saying that the reason it's in the Kievan Rus is because the Confederation has screwed over the Kievan Rus a lot of times because they can't expand into all the territories, since then they would be at war with the entire Confederation if they got too far in, because then the other Confederation members would be getting pretty worried, as well as the Confederation president himself, who's not really the head of state, but kind of the head of state. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so they're gonna push into these territories too, and I don't know why I drew that. It should be like this, actually. Yeah. It should not. be like that. It should be like this. Yeah, that's much better. Don't know why I drew it like that. These guys are gonna grab that, and then obviously the Kevin Roos are gonna grab this. Yeah, that seems about right. If you're new to these videos, this is basically what all videos look like, me just yapping. But you should subscribe so you can catch up with the series. So, okay. Oh my god, I'm done with this. Kevin Roos, you all need to fix your claims immediately. Okay, yeah, brother, they captured that. I think. No, they don't. They wanted to. Yeah, I think. What? Okay, so this, then that. Yep. Trust me. They're gonna capture all of this. Let's just say for now. Could capture all of it. Then let me draw. Okay, so having now an even larger border with the Confederation, also their kind of worst enemy, the Kevners are pretty understandably upset that they keep getting attacked from this front, and so they actually, with their new captured territories, prepare to form a new country, one that will kind of act as a buffer zone. They plan to create a Polish Republic, which is I don't. It's not going to be called Poland, obviously. We can't use real country names in this series. That's our only goal. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's going to be pretty big, and it's going to be pretty nationalist too, because the Poles, even in this world, have never been colonizers themselves. Well, actually, the Polish in our world, kinda, but the Polish in this world, they have never actually been colonizers. They've been colonized, like everybody else, but never have they been colonizers. So the Russians, they're planning to give up all of this, but they're probably not, because why would you give up all of this land? They also plan to create a Baltic state. They basically plan to make it harder for the Prussians to ever get the claims they claimed back. Yeah, okay, that looks nice. So that's going to be their planned Polish Republic, something like that. But now we need to move over to Caspia, where in exchange for leaving the Russian, Russian Kiev and Rus alliance, they're going to be given back the territories the Red Team conquered. The Red Team is going to give all those territories back. Now, of course, those territories actually stretch out to like here. The Red Team isn't going to give all of it back, obviously. They're only going to give back the parts they plan to give back. They're also going to make sure it's still very easy for them to just cut off like this, use a little boat to go over here, destroy the capital, and capitulate the rest of the nation. The Taking a page out of the Red Team's book, the Kievan Rus are also going to demand that Caspia be shrunk down to Caspian stuff. Because in much of these outer stuff, the people don't consider themselves Caspian. They consider themselves much more aligned with the very much stronger nations that Caspia borders. That's a little problem. They're surrounded by three of the world's largest superpowers. That usually doesn't end well for a country. And Caspians is no joke, as most people in these outside lands, even some people in the south right here, don't really want to be a part of it anymore. They don't really like the idea of getting invaded every 3 seconds. And so a plan is made to shrink down Caspia down to just this. The plan is accepted by the Caspian Republic itself. Some people in the region don't like the plan. However, what are they going to say? Most of their neighbors are supportive of the plan. So, with the annexation of all of this, Caspia once again becomes a prospering nation, as most of the internal rebellions, future rebellions, internal instability goes away with the land. They also become much more easily destroyable, I guess. And so they are given back a little bit of territories, just a little bit, just to make sure they're not too easily destroyed. Because if they're too easily destroyed, then that's another problem. Because that means because none of these guys like each other, so none of them want each other to get a bunch of land. So they all kind of want to make sure that Caspia isn't too destroyed. And so they make sure Caspia has some stuff left, just in case one of the others invade. The first two have some time to prepare and help the Caspians. With the capture of all of this, Caspia is returned to its once former world stage position, where they just are pretty cracked. They had so much influence, kind of, mostly because there were only like 3 nations back then. Yeah. So with this, I'm going to end this video here because I am making this at 12 o'clock at night. But I just finished the Minecraft. No, what video was before this one? I'll remember what I'm uploading before this one. But I just finished making that video. and editing it. Oh yeah, the Meta AI videos that I've been making recently. I made a completion of that because I ran out of ideas, but it took way too long because my internet was slow. It took way too long to download the videos off of YouTube because I don't have them saved on my laptop. So yeah, and that it took a long time. I'm making this pretty late. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another one. But I do want to discuss something. Season 2 of Civilization Restarts. Because why not? It would change a lot of things. It would. But hear me out. We've kind of exhausted this. I know I said I had a lot of ideas, but I'm kind of running out of ideas. We've kind of exhausted this series. A lot of things are left just like that. Like Caspia, that thing was not needed, but I have no more ideas for the videos. So we could make a season 2. I will try that. I will. Don't worry. Season 1 isn't going to go anywhere. Season 1 is going to stay. We're just going to try and make a Season 2 video and see if that Season 2 video does well. If you guys enjoy the ideas not getting exhausted, then we'll continue with Season 2. But if you guys don't like it, if you guys want to keep Season 1, then I'm just going to keep Season 1 going. But yeah, don't unsubscribe. Don't dislike the video yet. Just hear me out. Just let it happen once. See if you like it. Because a lot of these countries are probably going to make a cameo back there. They're probably all going to come back into the series as a different form of themselves. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.